I'm blurry. Hello, camera, I'm here. There we go. Happy Monday. Welcome to a brand new week. I hope you are feeling great. I'm having to wing it a little bit more than usual today. Not really, sort of. And because I had a plan for what we were going to do with this paper today, I was going to use 8 tiny photos, and I went to print them out, and I've done that thing that I only very, very rarely do, and I let myself run out of printer ink, and I ordered a new pack, but it's not arrived yet. It's out for delivery, but it's not here. And I went to print because I have like 4 more sheets of paper in the printer, and it says, nope, you have no more ink. So I can't print the 8 tiny photos. So instead of having 8 tiny photos of board games today, we'll have that another day. But I'm still using this paper because I promised to use this paper today. So I haven't figured out what photo I'm going to go with. We're going to have a look at what I've already got printed. So that probably means Disney pictures. So we're going to do that today. And it'll be fine. Yes. So that's my Monday. How about yours? You also now get me with extra frizzy hair and no makeup on a Monday, because they moved the time of the class that I do that's like, it's a gym class, but it's helping like the ongoing repair of my knee. So I need to not skip it, but they moved it half an hour later, which means I have to like run from the gym to here, have something to drink, and go live. But I also don't want to like skive on my treatment of my knee. So I'm doing both. I'm fitting it in with that scheduling thing. All right, that's enough for me. Let's look at the desk. So this is everything that we have made so far this month with the kit plus 1 extra. We got extreme weather across the board. I think if you've got non-extreme weather right now, then you are the exception rather than the rule today. So we've got a massive storm here. Not so snowy in the south, but windy enough that we lost a door to our building, like not attached to our house, but in our, we have a multi-dwelling building, like flats and houses all stuck together. Yes. One of the doors blew off last night, flew away. So we've got it bungee corded back in while a carpenter can get out. Just one of the neighbors sent me a photo going, do you think this will hold? I'm like, well, you're doing better than I am. Well done. She's bungee roped it. What was that? Something just fell down the stairs, but there's no one over by the stairs, so I don't know what I have managed to send flying. Maybe it's just the wind. Anyway, she's bungee corded the door back into its spot, and then around the master staircase that like goes down the whole thing. Marlo, you've still not got. Okay, something's up then, Marlo, because you must have multiple accounts or something. Okay, let me write myself a note and we'll sort it out, because I double checked you last time we talked, and I could see that you had access on the forum, which means somewhere you've got access that you can't see. So let me write myself a note. Okay. Let's see what we can do straight after. Okay. Yeah. So that's the wind situation here. My mom in the Midwest is filled with snow. And there we go. Julie Lynn, how does one buy any Journal Your Christmas things? Like there aren't things to buy. Is it that you want to take the class, Julie Lynn, or have you already taken the class? You only ever have to sign up once, because past me was stupid. It's okay. I love myself for it. But you sign up once and then you have access forever, which now means some people have had access for 19 years. So yeah, you just sign up once. And then that's it. The only other thing I sell is a set of stamps every year. So now you'd be looking at next year's stamps. And that comes out in the off season. Cool? Oh, Julie's a member but done nothing. Well, that's fine. You're welcome to do that. And it's always there. You can always access it. Once you're in, you're in. And Marlo just needs help getting in, because I know it's on your account. So we will see. Maybe you have more than one account and you don't know about it. That happens sometimes. Okay. So what we've done so far this month, we have done a 4 small photos composition. We have done, okay. And that's next month. I was suddenly thinking, did I use the back of this in January and not, no. That's in the February kit. It's fine. Sorry. My February kit is here. And so now I'm a little confused. We did this one with the circular background from Vicki B. This is the one I'm going to throw black ink on, which still haven't done yet. Thank you for everybody who's like, I looked for it and I'm going to like it on Instagram, but you haven't posted it yet because I haven't thrown the ink on it yet, but I'm going to do that soon. And then I will revive my Instagram account. Oh, I'm terrible. This one with Animal Kingdom. This still needs journaling and maybe a bit more confetti, but I'm going to put the words on it first. This one for this year's album. That's January photos with all the stickers in a hoop. And then this was a surprise off-pieced. This is not the kit. This is back to the field trip collection that I did for American Crafts so that we could scrap Patagotitan dinosaurs. Someone graciously put the pronunciation in the comments. So I hope I've got that right now because we heard both during that same day and that's why I was like unsure last time. So I'm following her advice. All right, so that also needs journaling. So that's what I've made in my January videos so far, plus my Christmas journal. I did a live stream this morning, a quiet live stream, but a live stream nonetheless, where I got up to, I've done all the way through New Year's Day. I've got 2 more Journal Your Christmas live streams left, and they are tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 and Wednesday afternoon at 3. And that should be my 2023 album all finished, all stories documented. Sorry, this fell off, so I'm putting it back. Okay. So we've done that. And we have got this background paper today. So this is called Swatches. It's from Vicki B's Discover and Create collection. We got some paint splatters on this branding strip. And Sophia points out, don't you love that the number of papers in a pack of selfie refill to the ink cartridge is always offset by a little bit. And the truth is, it isn't always offset a little bit. It's offset once you've had a jam. If you ever have a paper jam or something goes a little bit wrong, then you end up off. Otherwise, the number of papers in the pack should be the number of prints you get from each ink cartridge. But then, unless you were wise and took out the extra papers that you had left over when something went wrong, and evened it back up, then you'll always be off a little bit. So I'm in the always a little off. There we go. The Journal Your Christmas live streams are all in the forum. So the ones I'm doing past the end of class as I finish up my album, the thread is called Finishing My 2023 Journal. Live streams here. And all those lives are in that section. Yeah, they're in that one place. So there are 2 more to come, but there are 4 that are already there that you could watch back anytime. And then there's all the videos that I did all the way through. It's all in that same section of the 2023 but all the ones that I'm doing at the end, just finishing up, they are all in one thread so that you can find them all together. Okay? All right. So yes, Larson, there's I'm not going to talk about it today because if I talk about it before it's live, I'm going to create trouble. But yes, okay? Just the answer is yes. Okay, right. Rita stopped scrapbooking for a while. All her things were packed, so she missed getting field trip. But she's located a few things, and she's waiting for them to arrive. Lovely. Hello. Why do we all love crafting? Asks PSA Muses, small child who is off sick today. So hello, Muses kiddo. Hello to you. Why do we all love crafting? Well, I love crafting because I like to be busy with my hands. I'm somebody who has to be doing something all the time. I think if I were in school today, they would have given me a fidget toy. But they didn't do that when I was a kid. We were not allowed to fidget. So I sat on my hands a lot, and they were actually doing this underneath my legs. And then when I was in high school, I learned how to flip a pen. Let's see if I can do it on command. This one's not a good one to do. The clip makes it unbalanced. Ah! Oh, is it better if I turn it the other way around? This is terrible. I used to do this 1,000 times a day. There we go. We're almost there. Hey, don't do it on the page. You're going to... Oh, this is really funny that I can't do it now. There we go. I would just do this over and over while I was listening. I would not drop the pen because that would have got me in trouble. So I did it without dropping the pen a million times like I am now. So anyway, I have fidgety hands. And so I like to do things that keep my hands busy so that then I'm not super conscious about the fact that I have fidgety hands. I also really love photography, and I like pretty stationery and things like that. So, and I like writing. So scrapbooking is my craft because all of those things come together. Yeah, Rita was also a fidgety, fidgety habit. Yes. Elaine says, a pen is a Gen X fidget spinner. Yes, it truly is. I can't believe that I'm so rusty at it. I might have to do a little practicing and then demonstrate a bit better later. Okay, so I like all of those things. So scrapbooking is the craft that has stuck with me forever, but I do a lot of other I do a lot of other craftiness just in between, but this is the thing that I've done for years and years and years without any big gaps. Like I sew several times a year and I knit, but I pick those up and put them down, where this I do all the time. Cool. I hope that answers your question, young Muse kiddo. Excellent. So what are we going to do with this since I don't have the 8 small photos of board games that I expected to have? Well, I do have this folder of 4x6 photos. So let's figure out what we could do. The other things I have to go with this are these things here plus butterflies. So some of this I actually do want to go in the January part of my album. So probably not using that today, but this cut apart can work. There's no purple in here, so I don't think the purple one is for today. The floral could work. These florals could also work. There's a you and me. Is there a nice photo of the two of us? Or we could do adventure, which is Peter Pan-ish. I can't remember what I've done now for this trip. Hold on. I'm going to have to double check. I have the album next to me, so I can check to see what I've got done so I don't duplicate, because we know it's very easy for me to do. That's universal. Okay, I don't see it being those. I don't see it being Star Wars. This is super cute. I need to just, maybe, I don't know that is today's photo, but I need to scrap it because it just keeps making me smile. Done that one before. Have I done this one yet? Maybe not. I've done that one on the layout that's missing. I still haven't found it. Where on earth have I put it? I wonder if I put it in an album and it went in the wrong album, because it's not like sitting around anywhere. This is also an option. Okay, let's go with those options. I'm just going to double check that they are not already scrapped. Okay, so I've got this swimming pool option. I've got All of Us with Spaceship Earth. I've got him doing Turtle Talk with Crush. Let's just check this album, which means you get like a quick little bonus flip through that I haven't scrapped any of those, and we can choose one. So be choosing your favorite. Have I got any of that in here already? See, I have done the Peter Pans. I thought I had. This is where that missing page is meant to go. Done those. This one. Some Halloween. No! Okay, so all three that I picked are safe. Which one are we going for? So I'll open a poll and you can place your vote while I do my speech. So we're going to have Pool, Spaceship Earth, or Turtle Talk. Poll, so we've got which photo? Pool, Spaceship Earth, or Turtle Talk. Okay, you can choose which one you'd like me to scrap while I do my little speech. Hello! Hi, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime we scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I need to make sure you're aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my hashtag advertising. I appreciate you being here, whether you are live, chatty, watch from Tomorrowland, quiet, craft, don't craft, thinking about coming back to craft, child of someone who crafts, any of that. You're welcome here anytime. If you want to find links to all the stuff that I do, you can find it in the description box below the video, and that includes things like how to go sign up for classes or how to buy the same supplies that I use throughout my live stream. So right now this is the January shopping list, but next month will be the February shopping list, and my February kit arrived over the weekend, so I have that all ready to go for next month, and I think that's everything for now. Right. I will turn this camera off and let's look at what you voted for. Right. So, swimming pool is in the lead. Last couple seconds here while I take a drink of coffee to express your opinion if you are anti-swimming pool and want something else. Okay, right, let's go for that one then. These two can go back for another day, and we will have the pool. Pretty pretty closely run race there though, so I think no matter what I picked, it's 2/3 of you not what you want. Alright, put those back in there so I don't lose them. And now, here we go. So, with a photo that has such a directional, like the direction here is bigger in the scenery than him. He's small, but this is a really big, bold line. So if I put it over here, this is taking me off the page. Now, that might be what you want, but I'm, in this case, going to go this way. Most photos on this background paper I would put over here. And in fact, the more I look at it over here, the more I like it over here. Oh no. I'm wondering if I like it because I like it with the saturated color, or because I like it with the with this placement. It's the color. I like it with that color. Oh, what if we go up there? That's kind of different though. I like it with the saturated color. I almost want this mirrored, but I can't do that. I can turn it around, but I cannot mirror it. Okay. Which way, which way? See, if I go this way, I get the saturated color and I get the blue and the yellow together. And the blue in the photo is here. How old was WB in these pictures? Asked Beatrix. So this is not October just gone, when he would have been 9. It was the October before that, so he's 8. Yeah, I think it does end up there. Because this is then going to be hard to journal here, and I lose the connection of color with the photo. Okay, so ignore what I said at the beginning about, look, the shape of the scenery makes me want to put it over here. Sometimes you get all these different things sending you in different directions, and then you don't, you can't follow them all. Elaine says turn it 90 degrees. I knew somebody was going to say this. Can I just tell you? I don't like it this way. I just don't. I don't know why, but I've looked at this before the video going, which way does it go? And I only look at it with portraits because I don't like them as landscape swatches. I just like the portrait. I know that's mean. That's just me being silly. But there it is. There it is. Okay, so let's get this in the right shot in the frame. There we go. And let's figure out what we can put with it. So of course I've chosen one that we can't use, Happy Together or You and Me. Adventure's not really the right color. So, and the pink is not really this vibe either. That one kind of works. Last thing I got was a sticker. It's still there. So this cut apart is from the April and Ivy collection from American Crafts. Okay. So have a look at this. Nope. I think we can make that work. And then we can make some floral work, but I don't want to overdose on pink. A little bit, yes, not a huge amount. So I think this one, because it's going to pick up on that yellow that's all over the swimming pool. Oh, see, Elaine reads it as swatches when they're landscape, and I don't. Yeah, is that weird? I think because when I swatch, I would never vertically arrange my swatches. This is what it is. I've just realized. I would never arrange my swatches this way. I would always arrange swatches on the horizontal. It would not bother me if I did the palest swatch on the left or the right, but it would always be a right to left horizontal effect. My brain would not organize swatches vertically. I never thought about it until just now, but that's what it is. There we go. That's what it is. Isn't it nice sometimes how if you have to talk it out, you figure things out that otherwise you might not. Okay. You're coming off there. As is this little one over here. And then I think I'm going to try this with the black halo because it was so much easier to cut. Can always go back and take the halo off, but can't add it back in. So let's try it this way. Let me clarify, it's not wrong to organize swatches vertically if your brain wants them in vertical lines. I never thought about it, but mine apparently doesn't. That's all it is. We all have ways that our heads like to visualize things. Or some of us are just, you know, anything goes, it's all fine. But apparently mine has a specific way. Elaine always drags the color out to the right because being right-handed, she doesn't smear anything that way. Yeah, makes sense. A few questions about how was the weekend. The weekend was lovely, freezing cold. I have assorted scratches from the Rapids. So we went to the British institution that is Center Parcs. So if you're not from around here, Center Parcs, what would be an equivalent in America? So it's, you rent a little house, basically, a lodge, in a large resort where everybody has to like park and leave their cars. So you take your stuff to your lodge and then they close the gates and it's pedestrianized after that, after the check-in bit. They have all sorts of activities you can do, and it's all like pay for this, pay for that if you want to do different things. You want to ride horses, you want to learn archery, you want to go on a zip line. They got all that sort of stuff. But they also have a big subtropical swimming paradise. They have a pool complex. And it had a small lazy river, 3 different water slides, a 4-person, a 2-person, and a 1-person, a wave pool, a big kids water area that, to be fair, looked really fun. I kind of wished I was a kid. It looked better than the grown-up part of the swimming pool. And then it had rapids. That not that you go in an inner tube, just that you swim down. And they're wonderful fun, but I do always end up scratched and bruised. So I have that this morning when I was on my way to the gym for my class that helps keep my knee in check. I normally run it to get to, just not like a serious run. I normally jog from home to there. And I went to get started and my body went, oh, not yet, honey. So I had to kind of like jog, then walk, then jog, then walk. Because I'm just a bit bruised up. Nothing hurts too bad. It's just one of those, like, enough bruise to know I'm alive and I did something active. Yeah. And enough scraped up that when you take a shower after getting all the chlorine off, there's all little stings that you were like, oh, what's that? So that's the kind of weekend I had. And then we played a million board games. So that's all we do. We go and we catch up because they're friends. We talk every day, but we don't see each other in person very often. And in the summer, we tend to go camping with all our families. But this is just the mums. It's a girls' weekend. And so no children, no partners, and a million board games. And then we'd wait to go to the swimming pool until evening when everybody else has been there with their kids all day long and the kids are tired and they've gone to eat and go to bed. That's when the rapids are almost empty, and so that's when we go. So that's what we did all weekend. Right, what are we thinking about this sort of composition happening here? I'm enjoying this so far. I saw another yellow flower here. which I thought maybe could go on the other side. Just a little one. And then after live stream today, we have something that could be fine. It could be kind of funny. So, normally, WB's work schedule is kind of alternating. So we consider the schedule to have an easy week, a medium week, and a hard week, depending on which set of shows you get. And it's not that it's particularly harder. It's just more shows in a row. So it's a bit more exhausting. And you go longer without a break. So we tend to think of that as the hard week as it goes. Anyway, schedule changed around for Christmas, of course, because there were a different number of shows in the week, and the kind of normal, easy, medium, hard schedule went out the window. And for whatever reason, aside from Christmas Day, which was a Monday and there were no shows, he's worked 8 Mondays in a row. Monday is also the day that he has his swimming lessons. And you can't move them, and if you cancel, you lose your place and go back on the waiting list. So he's just missed 8 swimming lessons. 8! And today he's not working, so he has swimming for the first time in 9 weeks. Will he remember what water is? We're going to find out. So this is all apt. That's what we're going to find out after school. So I'm just going to... we're going half an hour early to his lesson, and we're going to chuck him in the pool, and hopefully in half an hour he'll remember how to swim. Does that sound like excellent parenting or what? But, what else can you do? So that's what we've got. Oh, Allison has never done Center Parks without children or even thought about doing it with friends. Hi, Corey. So Center Parks is a funny one because it's totally marketed as a family getaway. And in fact, I remember the first time I ever went to Center Parks with adults years and years and years ago and no children in our party, we had to provide written assessment to say that we weren't a hen do, a bachelorette party, because it's not that kind of place and they don't want anything like that. But we don't have to do that anymore. And what we do is, the reason we go in January is because Center Parks is ridiculously expensive when we get to warmer weather and we get to school holidays. Seriously, if you look at some of the weeks, I'm amazed that people will pay it, but clearly they will. Because you're still having to do all the stuff yourself. It's self-catering. So it's not like you're in a posh hotel or anything, and you're paying for everything on top. So any activities you do other than the pool and the playground and taking walks, you're going to pay. So, so the prices get really high. But in January, that's the off season, and people don't tend to go there. So, so that's why we have a girls' weekend at Center Parks in January, or maybe sometimes the first week in February. It's quiet, so you can get a better deal on the room. And the price, so we take the space that normally would be one family. So that cost for one family would be quite a lot for a weekend. But divided amongst 6 adults, not so much. Yeah? So that's how it works for us. I don't know if that is helpful to anybody or not. Or it might just be too obvious. I don't know. Okay, so let's find some things that we can layer up in here. I want one of these. And I've got smaller pieces here. I don't remember what day of the week this is off the top of my head, so I'm not going to use those today. Use that floral. That one. That one. And I've got my sticker book here. And maybe we Can it work in any of those bigger stickers, or are they too everyday? And this is, it's not every day, it's a holiday. Oh, how we wish every day was a holiday, but it's not. So maybe not these bigger ones, but maybe we can use some of these in between size pieces. Right, so I haven't sketched this out yet. Shall I do that now? Shelby, who'd asked me for theater recommendations for her group, they went to see Wicked and they loved it. Yay! Fabulous. It was Shelby's first show in London, first musical watching in the audience, and it was a lovely girls' night out. Yay! I am very excited. Allison's seen Wicked 4 times. And WB, I can tell you this, but you can't tell WB. Ha. So, because he loves Wicked. And some of you have been around long enough to know that there's a brand in Australia, seamstress, who sews stuff for him. She made his pink and purple Mary Poppins tuxedo. They made the outfit from this trip was the one that looks like all the VHS covers in dungarees and a matching hat, and I had a hat too. There was the Mickey, like old-timey Mickey outfit that he wore when he was about 4. Anyway, I've also commissioned them to do an Aussian Emerald City outfit. And the idea is that when it's finally done, I'll give it to him with tickets to go see the show. But it's Little Gun Tank, and sadly, Little Gun Tank has had to have their arm completely reconstructed inside, which for a seamstress is not the best thing. So I was just very chill with it. I was like, you know what? The kid's gonna like Wicked forever. So you take your time, because I am the customer who is not gonna get upset. I don't care. So I'd rather they not have to like press themselves against medical advice. So that's what we're doing. And then one day when it arrives, I will go get some Wicked tickets and be like, haha, surprise this weekend, I have tickets, but you have to wear this, which is right up his street. He will be very happy. Okay, so my photo is going there, and we're gonna build out this way with a big flower here. I'm just drawing it as one flower, but you know it's the bouquet thing. And then we're gonna have lots of stuff tucked behind here. We're gonna have some stuff tucked behind here, like that. Which I then think that means the title's gonna sit in here. And the journaling needs to be on this side because it's the lighter side and I can write straight onto the background. So then we'll have some confetti come this way and this way so that I still get my happy little diagonal in there. There we go. So we're gonna look something like that. And then if you want this referenced with the background paper in the sketch, let me grab a pencil. So it's kind of like this with boxes. So I'll pencil them in and put it back up there again for you, because I know some people say when the page is designed around a specific background paper that it really helps you to have it in the sketch, but then others of you like to use the sketch with different background paper, so you want to just see the elements that are piled up on top. So this way, there's both. One has it in pencil, but it's not too overwhelming that way. So there is the same one with the background. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you, Sketch Hug. Off we go. Right. So do we have a paper that's going to go around here, or do I just want to use a bit of vellum? I kind of do want to put some vellum in this, and I think I have some out here somewhere. If not, I have a whole tablet of it behind me. You can also see got these butterflies. Also got that orange. That would be nice, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and mat this with the orange behind. Oh, Leslie's been to Festival of the Arts at Epcot this weekend. Corey wants to know who was singing for Broadway on stage, and I want to know, did you buy a painting yet? Leslie has the most amazing habit of going to watch people paint live at Festival of the Arts and then coming home with a brand new painting. Sometimes I just want to be Leslie. I love that idea. Also, I want a tour of Leslie's house because she has all these giant paintings. I love them. I get so excited. But I haven't checked in on her Instagram over the weekend, so I don't know if she bought anything. Come on, Leslie, ditch the dirt. I'm going to put the vellum behind that. One of these days, I'm going to Festival of the Arts. Oh my goodness. We were talking about it at the weekend, actually, because my friend was like, she wants to do the color by number, or the paint by number that's part of Festival of the Arts. And she was like, I don't even care that it's only 5 squares that you get to fill in. I'm like, I don't either. I want to do it. Leslie says, Broadway on stage was Heidi Blickenstaff and Gavin Lee. Nice. Right, so. Sorry, Amy. You know I like my vellum torn rather than anything else. And take it to this side. Okay, then the floral is going to go underneath there. Yes, it is. Like that. This piece is going to go over to the side over here. No, wrong way around. Going to go across like that. We're going to put some other Tuckies in here because that was the whole point. Lots of Tuckies with this paper. Now originally I was going to do little tiny things with tiny Tuckies, but I'm still going to do lots of Tuckies. Okay? Oh! Leslie is waiting for her choice of the Trevor Carlton paintings because there's more to come. She's got her eye on Minnie Poppins. Like Minnie Mouse as Mary. Is that what we're thinking here? Wow. Very cool. But yeah, lots. Oh, I've stuck this the wrong way. I thought I put the adhesive on this side. Didn't. Also out of adhesive. Had one out the other day in a nice obvious place because I knew, here it is. I was like, I knew it was running out soon, so I put one somewhere that I could get it. Put it in a safe place, didn't I? I found it. Okay. that one going there, this one going. Can I make it so that that text fits in this gap? Yeah. Yep. Let's put this one in. Let's get rid of that so I don't get confused. I was kind of not sure about putting the olive greens together, but actually I like it. So that's fine. I want to bring this in, but I can use more than one piece of it. So take it apart for now. Never would have put a nighttime photo with this paper. Well, that's why I let you vote, because it wasn't my original plan, but I'm liking it so far anyway. Okay, so this is looking like that, which is not so shabby. This little tucky, we have this yellow flower, and we haven't even started on stickers. That one can go up there. It's going to go behind the vellum in that corner like that. Okay, then another piece of that up there. Miss Muse with the sick kiddo at home is like, nope, I voted for the aquarium. I'm not condoning this nighttime photo madness. Okay, this is going to leave a funny little gap, but I'm going to put a sticker there so I'm not worried. Okay. Okay, sticker time. That. Kind of want to bring this pink over here, so I'm going to use one of these. Beatrix says, in what order do you use your embellishments? Do you start with flat ephemera and move to the stickers and then the chipboard? I have so much trouble with chipboard. Well, we don't have any chipboard in this kit, do we? To my knowledge, we have no chipboard to deal with today. So that solves that problem. So the trick is to not have a set order that you do it in. If you do it in the same order every time, you'll get in the same problem every time. So today I started with ephemera basically, and now I'm going to stickers. But I often go with size, large pieces first, and then going to small, medium size, then smaller pieces, because you're going to find places to put them. If you start with the small things and put in lots of small things and then try to find somewhere to put a big thing, you won't have any room for it. So big was first, yeah, and then medium, and then small. Yeah, and you can, I mean, that's not a hard and fast rule. You can still find a place to put something, The more photos or more space the photos take up, the harder it's going to be to add another large element later in the game. But if you are always going, okay, first I go to ephemera, and now I go to stickers, and now I go to chipboard, chipboard's always going to be hard. Always. Yeah? So try to change it up. Try to have them all visual as well. So you can't see my whole desk here, because if you see the whole desk, then the page is really small. So all of this kind of continues off the shot over here. So I can see my die cuts up here. I can see the stickers over here. And I still have my Christmas journal supplies out, and they are like vertically stored. So I have a little box here with die cuts, and then my papers and stickers are all like vertical over here. And that's what is right in this corner. And that helps me use what I buy. The more I hide it away, the less I use it. It's why I can't be tidy though. So don't think that I have everything figured out. I am messy. My space is messy. It is a long-term stress on my marriage. That level of messy. But you know what? He knew that before he married me, so I don't change. I'm not changing for a boy, even the one I married. I just am messy, and it's what works. All right. Let's find other things to put on this page before I have to call a couples therapist about a couples therapist along with a cleaner. Both. What the problem is, I don't need a cleaner, I need a housekeeper. And they're significantly more investment. I can't afford to have somebody else keep me tidy. I have to either learn to do it myself or just deal with the fact that I'm not tidy. And right now, my option is the second one. I'm terrible. Moving on. I love this row of peach. It brings me much zen at the top of the layout. Thank you for that, Vicki. Okay, what can we do? More phrases. This one, happy place. I don't like this spot, so at some point that has to go. I think I need to go ahead and stick this because I'm ready to start sticking stuff to the background. Okay. Crafting makes Amanda happy, but not cleaning. It's true, I don't get any joy from cleaning. I mean, maybe it would give me joy that my mother-in-law came to my house and didn't like get upset about the state of my studio. But also, she doesn't come over much, so it's okay. I'll just deal with it. She's not married to me, it's fine. She doesn't live here. Aw, love the love for Leslie in the comments. Leslie's awesome in many ways. She's magical, I tell you. Also, she lives her dream, and I love that. She's Rapunzel. Okay. It's going to need a title here. It's going to need some embellishment here. I'm going to have to think about how I'm putting all this stationery themed stuff in, but I'm going to figure it out. I think I draw the line at typewriters at the swimming pool, though. I'm not going to use them today. If I put this in behind here, then I get a little triangle of pink. Is there a lot of glare, or are the ones up here very faint? They're very faint. Yeah, there's no reflection, so they are just very, very faint. That's the idea. Yep. Of course, I just stuck something down, and now I want to put something underneath it. That's how I roll. Okay. Leslie says, cleaning the craft room never works because you find goodies to craft with while you're cleaning. Exactly! Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I was always like that cleaning my bedroom as a kid, too. Probably still as an adult. Just get a little distracted by going, oh, I could just do this. Okay. Let's look at these letter stickers. Could I make these work? What did I call the other hotel layout? There's only 2 layouts from this trip that are photos from the hotel. And the other one is right at the beginning. I was just thinking if I've put, no, so this one just says welcome home. If it said like French Quarter in the title, then I wouldn't want to do that here. But as I didn't, then I think I kind of do. Yeah. So let's see what we can do. Can I spell quarter? Q, U, A, R, T, E, R. Yes, but I only have 1 E, so I need to build from there. So E. So the reason I'm planning them out is so that I don't end up with 2 of the same color in a row, since it's an alternating multicolored alphabet. But I'm going to have to. I don't have a choice because I only had 1 T and 1 E, and they are both aqua. So that also raises the question, could I do it all in aqua? Oh no, because I have to have 2 R's. Okay, so I can't do that. Oh no, but that means I'm going to have 3 in a row all the same, no matter which way I go, because, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it all in aqua except for this R in pink or yellow. No, pink. It has to be pink. I don't have a yellow one. Let's see if that works. Just kind of make it like it was what you meant to do. Okay. Now, in an ideal world, I'd then do French in the yellow, but I have no E. That's how I got into this mess, so I can't do that. Right. There, I'm afraid, is no super fast sticker mode in a live stream. You gotta wait for me to do everything in real time, even sticking down letters. Does part of me want to ink every single one of those little circles? Yes. But I'm trying to balance what makes for good airtime. Okay. So then I need a different letter set to do the word French. And when I was looking for printer ink, I knocked all of the letter stickers out of the cupboard, so that was fun. Do you remember when we had these in a kit? No, I got no R's. Okay, cut one. E. I have to cut the N as well. C-H. I'm going to try 2 Frankenstein letters. What have you done with the real Shimelle? Okay, so first I'm going to Frankenstein an M into an N. I'm not sure how I ended up with lots of E's, but no consonants. That doesn't happen very often. Oh. Spell correctly, Shimelle. Sorry if you were like shouting at your screen. There we go. I can spell the word French, promise. Just the Frankensteining got me off focus. Now I have to make an, oh no, there is an R. Okay, I thought I had no R's, but I do. Okay, so I don't have to Frankenstein an R. I was going to do that from an M as well. Okay. Peach letter stickers. Oh, yes. They're from a kit a long time ago, I think. Okay. Now. I actually really want a teeny tiny letter set, even smaller than that. Oh, I hope you're feeling all right, Leslie. Sophia says, this is the reason why multicolored alphas drive her bonkers. You need enough to make it one color or enough to randomize it, and you never have that. Yeah. Aw, Marlo would never use flowers with this, and now she's happy that she is here to try something different. Well, I am happy to facilitate that for you. Now, what do I have that's like a teeny tiny alpha? Oh, maybe mini markets? Oh, these are even tinier. Okay, hold on. Something here will work. Super teeny tiny? Yes, because neither of those has any E's. This has plenty of E's. Okay. These are vintage 2010. So one time I used these back in 2010, back in the day, when I taught in-person workshops more often, which means ever, because I just don't do that anymore. There's not really, it doesn't really happen anymore. So I was using them in some workshops, so I had ordered lots, but then, oh, I don't like it that far over. I'm going to have to move it all while I tell you the story. Okay, so I probably had like 200 or something ordered, and whatever the number was, I ended up with an extra 100. Just in the order fulfillment, they accidentally gave me another 100, and then I was like, oh, what do I do? Because I didn't need that many more, and they were like, well, it's quite problematic to send them back because overseas. So we struck a deal and I ended up keeping them all, and I used them in like every class going for a long time. And I put them in every goodie bag and every donation, everything for ages. And then I still had like 20 sheets in my personal stash. So anytime WBeanie has to do like a class project where they need to like make a display or something, these little letters come out because I have just so many. Okay, and then I wanted an @ symbol. Have I got an ampersand in here? I love that that's what they're called. But no, there's not one in there. Ampersand, but not an ampersand. Right, and nothing in there either. Nothing in there. Oh, come on. I don't want to write the word @ I want an ampersand because that's what's in my head. Oh, what lettering has an ampersand? Not those wood grain things. It's going to fit right here. What do we got? Oh, they have them on Doodlebug sheets. Okay, I had a Doodlebug sheet out the other day in orange. There's not one in that lettering style, but there is in here. So there we go. That's what I'm using. Brilliant. Yay, that makes me happy because that's what I was imagining. I'm not happy with this L that I messed up, so I'm going to replace it because I have plenty. That's better. Okay, so we've got a title in there. We got Tuckies back there. Journaling's going to go straight onto the background there. Let's have some confetti fun. So it's these enamel dots that I have left. Okay. Get a small one in each of those colors, but then I'm going to need another sheet. So I have now 4 dots left from this set. I'm going to grab something outside the kit. So I have these green ones over here, and I was wondering if one of them is a decent match for this color in the here. It's not genius, but I think it's okay. Or do I like the darker one? Oh, the darker one's nicer actually. Let's use the darker one. Now I'm going, do I want the darkest one? Let's just leave it where we are. Okay. Oh, well, I'm happy to help you learn, Shelby. I will never forget that it's called an ampersand because I made a fool out of myself once. So somebody, it was back in the days of mailing lists and like news groups and stuff like that. And somebody had written a whole big thing about ampersands. And I read it as a typo for ampersand. And whatever it was they were saying, which is long gone from my head, didn't make any sense. So I quickly replied and went, do you mean the at symbol or do you mean an ampersand? And then immediately had like 100 replies of, don't you know that the at symbol is called an ampersand? And as soon as I saw it, like I saw my own reply, I went, oh, of course. That makes total sense. But I had already sent it out into the ether. So everybody and their brother who knew what it was and not me decided to come tell me that I was clearly uneducated. So I will guarantee it's not that you're uneducated. It's just one of those things, and now it won't leave my brain because it was embarrassing the way I learned. So, yeah. But it is most, like, even the internet says, even Wikipedia says it's absolutely fine to just call it the at sign or the at symbol. It's fine. So there we go. Oh, and it's so it comes from, it's not even like somebody here we can learn even more about etymology. So it comes from the phrase and, per, se, at, like the Latin terms, which then got shortened down, which kind of looks like and per se it, and then over time became ampersat and ampersand. There you go. Who knew? So if you're ever trying to figure out what the amper means, it's actually a shortened, smushed version of the Latin. Yeah. Sophia learned it when she was a kid, but only because her parents were doing stock taking and using X of Y at £4.50 and things like that. Yeah. Oh, Shelby, don't worry. The internet can be a harsh place. And I figured it out. I mean, yeah. If you don't know, you don't know. It's true. So there we go. At least I always remember now because, woo, okay. One person telling me was fine. Didn't need 200, but thanks. I got it. But you know, the internet does that sometimes. I find the older I get, the more replies I type and then delete and go, actually, maybe it doesn't. And I've never been somebody who's like, I have to be right on the internet and someone else is wrong. I've never been that person. But sometimes I'll think, like, has this person actually asked for an answer? And I know something about that. And then I'll read all the replies. I'm like, they actually don't need another opinion. They don't, even though they've asked for one, they have plenty now. I'll just delete this. So there we go. Oh, Debbie's going to put that in her back pocket for when she's on Jeopardy. I love it. Okay, let's put some gold on this and see if that makes it feel like it's enough. Keeping in mind that there's going to be writing here. So right now the top feels quite empty to me, but there's going to be writing. You know what I did? I did a triangle instead of a diagonal. So there's nothing down here. There's no bad thing. Oh, AJ deletes most of her replies these days. Debbie and Aunt Caffeine too. Yeah. Sometimes I just think, oh, actually, even if they asked, they're probably overwhelmed now. Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. We did a lot of discussing interesting but random TikTok accounts at the weekend. If you are on TikTok and you have ever searched my name, you'll just find an empty account. I registered my name so that there wouldn't be another one. But I'm not a massive TikTok fan. One, I just feel too old to be there. I know that's not true, but it's a feeling, and the feeling is true. So I had deleted the app kind of straight away, and then I put it back on my phone because people put show clips on there, and I wanted a way to see those and not miss them. So that's the only reason I have it now. But some of my friends love a good TikTok scroll. I'm like, most Gen Xers and watch the popular TikToks 2 weeks later when they come to Instagram on somebody else's account. That's how I roll. But I haven't ever found those coming over to Instagram, so I just log in once a week to see if I can find an eclipse of my own kid, and then I log out again. But we discussed quite a few, and a lot of that was, at what point do you think it becomes overwhelming? Because it seems like TikTok is a place where people, their accounts grow unexpectedly, where Instagram, it feels like there's a little bit more of a gentle slope, whereas TikTok, it's like you had 2 followers and now you have 200,000, and all you did was have a Thursday. It just seems more possible on TikTok there. And so she was showing us all the like really random accounts that she follows that all give her joy, and that was hilarious. Beatrix says, are you going to fill in the little spot between the pictures and the flowers? Here? No. This is staying open. If it bothers you looking at it, then when you put your title on, take your title all the way to the edge here rather than here. But I like this open. Sarah says, you're definitely not too old for TikTok. Just follow the people and themes that appeal to you. Yeah. I think part of it is that I just don't really want another place to follow people. But then I learned at the weekend that on TikTok, unlike Instagram, a bit further down here, this is another flower. If that's looking like a gap, that's not a gap. That's a white flower. But yeah, I'm not adding anything in that column there. So if that answers your question. So yeah, I don't really follow anybody. I think I follow a couple friends, but the 2 leaves are next to the picture. Yeah, here. So yeah, that's not a gap. That's flower. And I can, with my eyeballs, it looks like a flower because there's lines on it. Does that make sense? I can see kind of now in reverse that just looks like a gap left behind from the orange flower, but actually it's a white flower on top of the orange flower. I think that's what's happening there. Okay. So what was I going to say? That I realized that on TikTok, unlike Instagram, people can see who views your profile. So like there's a couple accounts that I really enjoy looking at, so I will look them up every 3 or 4 weeks or something, but I don't follow them for other reasons. Not that I don't agree with them politically or anything like that. There's no drama. There's just that whole I'm not supposed to follow people involved in certain productions. But I enjoy their content and it's public content. So I would go to their page to go look at it. But now do they think I'm super weird because they can see people who go to their page? I don't know. So stuff like that is too much drama for this old lady. Anyway, okay, Leslie says, can I explain the photo? So this is the pool at French Quarter. And shockingly, all the Disney trips, WB has been in a Disney pool exactly twice. Once at All-Star Movies, when I had to go to Target and get supplies to make an emergency Halloween costume because the U.S. Postal Service decided to keep his Halloween costume hostage and not release it and send it all the way back to Australia. And so I had to go to Target and buy puffy paint and white clothing to try and recreate a costume and do that in the middle of the night. So Cassie took him to the pool while I went to Target. So he did that. And then this year in this trip, he was happy and old enough, and I was happy with his swimming ability enough that he could go to the French Quarter pool on his own. And it has this like big splash zone, and then it has a normal open pool with a slide into it. But the day that we arrived, there were just hardly any kids at the resort. So normally you would go and you would have a whole crowd of instant friends. And he didn't. And I was like, does that bother you? And he looked at me and went, are you kidding? I'm an only child. This is my dream. And so he had the run of the entire splash bit, which was huge. And he just ran all over while I sat on this sun lounger sewing costume pieces. And because, of course, I'm always still working on a costume when we get there, of course. And he just shouted up and he went, I'm going to pose, take my picture, because that's WB for you. And so that's the story behind this picture. It's at French Quarter. Not real. Oh, sorry. If anybody is here not realizing this is Disney, that's Port Orleans French Quarter, like the resort hotel at Disney World, not the actual French Quarter in New Orleans. Okay, just clarify that. And Sophia says that overthinking Shimelle is exhausting her own brain. Oh, have I? The overthinking is so natural now that I forget that it's overthinking. And anyway, with that, it's 3 o'clock, so it's time for me to go see if I can chuck this boy in a pool and see after 8 weeks if he remembers how to swim. I think he's going to be fine, but I think the first 5 minutes is going to be weird. And so we will figure it out. I will see you live again on Friday, or if you're in Journal Your Christmas, I will see you live at 1:30 tomorrow or 3 o'clock on Wednesday, the last 2 Journal Your Christmas live streams. They're in the class forum. Marlo, I've got your note here, but I'm going to have to go to the pool and then come back. So it won't be the 5 minutes right now. It'll be after swimming lessons. Cool? Oh no, I got you that it's my own brain. Okay, if you enjoyed this layout and you think I did an all right job despite not being able to print the photos that I had planned and, did this winging it, I think we're okay. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. That'd be super duper awesome. And if you do, here's an extra special heart for you. Look how Gen X I am. I can't do that other heart that's like this or whatever. It's this way for me. Thank you very much. Right. Have a great one, and I will see you Friday. Bye-bye.